It's just real. That's the person you'll confide in. Like if your husband and pissed you off, you'll look up, not even realize you talking to a male friend or the man talking to a female friend, and you ain't even understanding that because of that, they developing certain interests, and next thing you know, they playing on your emotional side at the right time because you didn't gave them too much information. So that's why I'm a strong believer in that male female friend thing. It can be a little dangerous. You know what I mean? At times.
Yeah, I absolutely 100% agree with you about the friendship. Building on friendship. That's the foundation, you know. Yeah, and for me, that's what I look for. That's what I'm going to look for when I get into my next successful relationship.
Well, I feel
Somebody you
like
can
I
laugh
wanted to
with,
tap
joke
in
with.
right quick.
You know what I mean?
I
You
wanted to
gotta be
add to
there,
what
man.
Wack was saying. My bad, Wack. I
Go
just
ahead.
wanted to say that a lot of times when because I've been in plenty situations where you tell a woman like, look, you know, I don't mind a relationship, but I still want us to have this same friendship. So it's like you grabbing at this title to 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 um to show like the strength and the bond, but then it's like everything changes because it's like it gets serious about everything when everything was good when it was like a regular friendship. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah, and I also think like the friendship comes with loyalty. Comes with loyalty, even if
Well,
you
that's the
know
relationship.
you think
See,
so.
that's the relationship side. See, as friends, you gotta remember when y'all come together as friends, half the time y'all still, you dealing with him, she dealing with this, whatever. Y'all going out, y'all get to know each other. Y'all bike ride, horseback ride, walking down the street, or y'all might be working out together, and y'all bouncing ideas, or things are going on at work. Y'all venting to one another about things, and you know what I mean. That's all that friendship thing. See, when that relationship kick in, that's when the loyalty and all that starts to kick in. Now it's another layer on top of that foundation. You know what I mean? Because you need your communication there for that relationship to even begin to work, which that communication is down there with the friendship thing.
Hey
You
yo,
know what I
Wack.
mean?
Hey yo, Wack. I agree with you 100%. It's Mr. Banks speaking. When I met my wife, we've been married going on 7 years now, and I told her that our first date, I'm gonna have like 4, 5 wives, and her response was like, "More power to you." And that heifer has been with me, and on
Chicken
to the
crazy.
fifth child. I mean, I don't know where she come from.
What you mean the fifth child? Hold on. Which her fifth child, or the fifth
My
child?
fifth child with her. Like we just,
Okay,
you
all
know
right.
what I'm
Well, I'm just
saying?
making sure because you said you gonna have 4, 5. I want to make sure the fifth child is with her. Like you ain't had 5 other kids elsewhere. Okay, I got you. All right.
Nah, I got a few now elsewhere, but still, that's beside the subject. But I'm just saying, I was being truthful and honest. I just want to
Wait,
back
wait,
up your
wait, wait,
statement.
wait, wait. You got few elsewhere while you been with her.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
no, no. We still wait. We
Before
still
her.
waiting on the next one to have some more kids.
But I'm
Because
saying before her, you had children. You haven't had any children since you've been with her.
nah, this one for some reason I don't know what she did to me, man. It's like it runs off all the other little women. They be smiling, then they see her and they take out running. I don't get.
Hey man, all the men that have had children on their wives, right? I'm gonna tell y'all this. Yo, all shut the fuck up. Whatever she wants to say, be quiet, cause she ain't supposed to be there anyway. So she swallowed that. God damn it, if she want to explode and go crazy for no damn reason at church in the middle, that's it. Like because you are lucky that she stayed. That is, she
That's
got to
the
look at
realest
that
shit I've
child.
ever
She
heard.
got to look at that child and see the other woman in that child. She got to all that. Like any man that has had a child on a woman, y'all got to humble yourself and be willing and ready to accept whatever mental state she may be in at any time. You did that to yourself, swallow that.
But Whack, this one I'm say Whack though. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
if your woman
Whack.
had a child on you with another man and brought it home,
Hell
see,
no.
we be double standard with bullshit. She come home 9 months pregnant, it ain't your kid, and the dude name is Ben, so he Ben Jr., okay? All right, and the kid at home. How you gonna see it?
See Whack,
That
this thing Whack. This
Appreciate that.
Whack. The wives
we
got
ain't
to.
gonna swallow it, bro. Don't do that. So you gonna do some shit. Don't do
They
that.
got to watch. They got to come wash dishes too. They can't just get no baby and not cook some. You
I
know, help.
mean, listen, brother, listen to me.
Okay.
Look. Listen. A woman's obligation, she knows that. Now, I will say that I have kind of learned that women that females that was raised in the house with their father or a father figure, it's a little easier ride because they didn't have the mother in their ears telling her how much you don't need a man, how men ain't shit and all that. So when a female is catering to that father figure, whether it's a stepfather or her real father in the home, that kind of transfers over to you. You know what I mean? So women understand what their obligations are as women, as far as the things to do around the house. Now, I will say, when you get to a point that you can handle it, you know, you might want to hire some people to come through and help her out around the house because shit, it gets redundant. You know what I mean? Like, just like we got somebody cutting the grass and we ain't out there doing it, maybe once or twice a week, every other week you may get a little maid service come through there and help her out. Like we can't, it gotta go both ways because there's some shit that we could do. We can go buy a lawnmower and go do it ourselves, but we hire some people to do it. That's a requirement I would feel like the man should do. So around the home, and then you should help. I like going down there and standing on the side of my wife, with the dishes and washing them off and putting them in the dishwasher. That's just spending some more quality time, as far as I'm concerned.
But Wack, ain't it a lot of pressure to have your wife have like 20 kids? I'm hush now. I'm just saying, God,
Your wife to have how many kids?
20 kids, man. If I want like 20 kids, you gonna keep putting that on
Yeah,
your wife?
that's unfair, bro. Because at some point in time, when is she gonna be able to? That's a lot of strain on the body. When is she gonna be
Agreed.
able to like recuperate and be able to get herself together and feel like she want to feel as a
Hey,
woman?
Wack.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything that you're saying, that's why you're married for 30 years because you are speaking our language, literally.
Yeah, she got it. It comes a point in time where,
My
like,
child
believe
Wack
it or not,
married now. He married.
no,
He out the
believe it or
market.
not, no, believe it or not, they want to do some things for themselves. So if you got 20 kids, bro, like she can't never get the cute that she want to get to. She can't never relax, and she can't say, well, you know what? My kids are grown in college. My daughter's a senior. My son is 27. We got one more year before she go to college, and we can go back to high school. Me and my wife go run around, jump on the plane, run around the house, have pillow fights. You know what I'm saying? Do what we want to do. 20 kids, bro, she ain't gonna never get a break. Like where's she gonna be able to live?
She gonna get a break. We gonna tag in some help.
I think
Yeah, I think you're being kind of
that's
selfish, my
the
brother. But I mean, I just that's a
I
lot of
agree.
But hold
that's a
on, though, Wack.
lot, bro, on
Did
a
you
woman's
did you
body.
back to the topic of the room? Do you feel like you lied to get to where you are the 30 years? Like, how
No,
much
bro,
did you
I
have to
just
lie to get
told
there,
you.
bro?
Listen, bro, I kept it real. Like I'm telling you, I have told a lie, right? So to reach for correction. You damn right. And but when you reach for that correction, make sure you correct it. And you ain't gotta lie again.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
understand what I'm saying?
Can you
Because
say more about that, Wack? Like making sure you correct it. Does that?
Yeah.
no, you
Yeah.
ain't
Can you
gotta
say more about
man,
that,
Break
Wack?
that down for us.
people gonna do shit, bro. You gonna do shit. You know what I mean? You might have been gay your number out, and you might be sitting there, goddamn phone ring, and there ain't no name in there, and you like, what the fuck number is that? So you like, I ain't answer. She may tell you the answer, right? You may pick the phone up and answer, hello? She may say, hey, what up, it's Jessica. I met you at the such and such. You may say, listen,
Shit.
Joe, look, nigga, I'm kicking it with my wife right now. I'm gonna call you when I'm done. Nigga, next time tell me when you change your number. And boom, who was that? That was Joe. Now the correction is block, 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 delete.
Mm.
Motherfucker, I ain't talking. Don't call. That was
Yeah.
on
Hey
some
y'all. Hey
bullshit
y'all.
whenever I gave you that number. I don't know
Hey
why I
Wack.
gave it to you.
Wack.
But
Hold
God,
on, baby. Say hey to them.
Hey,
I'm just being
Say
real.
say
Like
shalom to everybody, y'all.
you
shalom.
See what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Wack. We I ain't I'm just saying
Hey,
I don't
bro,
know
if
why
she
men
went
be
to
lying
20,
and
that's
stuff.
cool. I'm just saying I wouldn't, you forcing it on her as if you, see, this what I think you doing. I could be wrong. I think you on some, baby, I want these 20 kids and shit. Either you gonna have them or somebody else gonna have them. And that ain't fair
Is
to her.
that
So
what
now you,
happening, baby?
Can I ask you a question?
yep, you can definitely ask me a question.
So I watched your interview, right, with 6ix9ine, where you was talking about like what's a street, a person that's street or a person that's like a civilian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, homie.
Respectfully,
We
we're not
what
having
type of
that.
time,
Oh,
man?
go
Wack,
ahead.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that ain't
we
what
Uh,
Yeah,
we're here
he
Yeah, we're
for,
he
not
bro.
doing
bucking.
that, bro.
Yeah, he bucking.
That ain't what we're here for. You got to go to the sleepless room and catch it when they on some crazy shit that you can ask that question. So right now I'm really on my
Tonight.
grown man thing. I'm not on my playing the media thing. You know,
In
if
fact,
you
I would like to ask you a
that's
question.
go ahead.
Um, when you was talking about the relationships and about kids, what if relationships have previous kids and then you come together? How do you work around that in that industry?
Well, I feel like that's the getting to know each other in the friendship stages, and if it's a man or a woman, I feel like if you really love that individual and care about an individual, you're gonna love and care about everything that comes with that individual. You know what I mean? So if man, you're gonna ask you have any kids. That's a common question. I have two children. They're gonna ask you same man, different man, whatever. Somewhere in that dating process, you guys both are gonna meet each other's children. You know, and at that point in time, that's just what comes with it. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. Well, I was speaking on having the children, while you with your woman or with another woman. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? At all.
No,
It shouldn't be a problem.
I was speaking on the terms of like when you were saying, and I guess you did answer it as far as like the relationship part, but when you said as far as meeting and both people have kids, I'm saying like the meeting should be a a meeting with integrity. If I'm saying
Yeah, I feel like y'all should get to know each other first. It don't work. It ain't no sense in putting the kids through that, right? Y'all get to know each other first. And when y'all feel like y'all at that point to where y'all really vibing and feeling that y'all can have a future with one another, then I think, both sides need to meet each other's children. And then once that happens and you guys are building, with one another's children, then I think it needs to be a situation where you bring all the children together. I think it should be a couple phases in that. I wouldn't just hey, everybody pull up and this is little John and Jesse and Sarah and just because you got kids that are gonna have mixed emotions about her and her kids mixed emotions about him and so on and so forth. Y'all got to make sure y'all good. You know what I mean? And then each of y'all meet each other's children and go through those bumps in the road. So when you bring your children together, you guys are now at a point to where you guys really want to make a life with one another. I wouldn't just force it and just day one. That's a process.
I think I agree with everything he said because I mean it takes a lot to stay married. One, it has to be both people. I mean, he says friendship. I mean, some that I think that when you say friendship, I mean that might be somewhat relative. But I think the for me, what I understood about marriage, like I remember when I told my dad that I see my wife that I want to get married. The he's I mean they gotta be married for they're married them for 40 years. So he told me that the marriage is not bed of roses. The marriage is like a club that has a bouncer outside and inside you can never sit down. You can only just dance. You can never lean on anything. And once you go inside, you can't come out. You can only just dance. So there are many people outside because they listen to that music. It's so good. They want to come inside and dance. But people inside are dancing. Their legs are hurting. They want to leave. But they can't go. They have to stay and continue to dance. So when we look at marriage, some people think that when you marry, then is your life is complete and all that. It's difficult. You have to. What he was trying to tell me is that when you are in, you are in, because that's how we are raised. We're inside that club. We're inside that club. You can never leave. So no matter what your wife do, You have to be able to tolerate it. You have to be able to deal with it together because it's for better for worse. And for you to be able to be like that, you have to be selfless. You have to be able to understand the person you are. You're not gonna get along all the time because siblings don't even get along. So you have to be able to respect and understand the person you are with. Sometimes it's very difficult, but the bottom line in a successful marriage is your ability to be able to work together um, in pursuit of that successful relationship. There's always going to be turbulence, but if you are determined to make it work, I know that the gentleman that has been married for 30 years, I know that it wasn't easy. I know that, like, I've been married for 9 years. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but one thing I have always known is that nothing in life is easy. Everybody that has come out and said that I've been married for 50 years, for 60 years. All we hear is the number of years, but we don't know the work they put in to get there. We all want to have a good life and be happy, but we don't want to put in the work to get there. When you are inside in your own relationship, you are looking outside, thinking that when you are outside, your life, when you leave that one and go out, your life will be complete. I'm by no means saying that you should be in an abusive relationship. If your relationship is abusive, you should be able to leave. We all know when we are in an abusive relationship. But when we are in a relationship, just like everything in life, we should be able to put in the work. If we want to have our story just like the man that is married for 30 years, we are not hearing his struggles. We are just hearing the end. Because everything you have to put in the work. But nobody wants to do that. But women know how to give men they don't know how to look the other way when men are lying to them. Women know when we're lying because they believe that they can change us or we will change. Any man that is lying to
Hey,
you will
my brother,
always lie to
you really up in there campaigning, ain't you, homie? Boy, you
Yeah,
campaigning, man.
I'm gonna be real with you, right? Like right now as we speak, right? And we've been married 21 years. We've been together 31. So we've been together since we've been like 14 years old, eighth grade, pretty much, right? And when I tell you together, I was one of them young hustler dudes where I had my own spot, I was paying bills. I've been like that all my life. Like right now as we speak, right? Me and my wife, right? We started getting on each other's nerves. So you know what she did? She went to our other house, which is about 45 minutes from this house, and throughout the day, we kind of like not there with each other. But throughout that day, what happens? I start missing the shit out of her. So I end up over there anyway. I just ain't in her face
Mm-hmm.
all day because we
Yep.
going through we
Yes,
going through what
sir.
we like, you know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Arguments, this, you know what? Maybe I need some space. All right, maybe you do need some space. So we go to sleep, wake up together, but then I'll leave and go back up to the other house because I got stuff I got to do. Or I'm doing what I got to do. When it's time for business, we get on that plane because that's my business partner, and we go handle our business, right? But it's gonna come a time, man, where y'all can't stand each other for whatever reason. That's normal. Like we get on each other's
exactly.
nerves. That's normal. That is normal. Like I've been to prison. This woman had been to every institution I've been through visiting me. She didn't sit there. She didn't endure it and seen it. That's why I can look. We could divorce today. I promise you. I would not change the beneficiary name on that line because she earned that, and ain't nobody in this world that could be around me that long enough. I'm halfway dead already to where that can earn that, and I'm taking that from her. She earned that. That's yours.
There you
You're
go.
gonna have that anyway. You know what I mean? But you have to, you have to stay in. That's the friendship. All right, the relationship didn't work. She'll always be my friend no matter what. It's too much history. Too much. When I woke up in the hospital, who on the side of the bed? When I had fevers and whatever, who nursed me back? Like it's too much history. Who changed this? my style of dress, who this, who who goddamn my taste buds, who's you like who trained those? It's too much history. So with men, if you know, if it's there for the lust thing, that's one thing. But if you really love this woman and respect this woman, it's certain things that's not gonna never change because then you wouldn't be keeping it real with yourself. What I pride myself on doing is I put her before me, right? Like if I go in, she's always gonna get the majority. That's just what it is. Like my wife is really she's a walking billboard for me. I may pull up in a Range Rover, she gonna be in a Rolls Royce. A lot of men gonna flop that. They gonna switch that. They gonna be like, shit, I'm in that, you in that. I put her first in everything. Like if it's $5,000 that can be spent, and I'm gonna spend four on her, and I'm gonna do the necessities for myself. I catch up later. A lot of times our selfishness and and we act both female and female sometimes. Some of us, man, I'm just gonna keep it real. Hope I didn't offend anybody. And we gotta stay in touch with our masculine side. Well, what we here to do? You know, we here to go out there and get the bear or the deer and bring the meat back on our shoulder. She's supposed to be together intact to where she can then take that meat and do what she got to do with it. We gotta, as men, step up. These video games, our women now are dominating us right now in education, in business, in everything. They are running away from us,
That's
and
true.
this is just real shit. Our men, we got these drugs, we got these video games, we got all these excuses. We want to say it's this, we want to say it's that. That's why it's a few of us that's in this room, we are commodities on the market. I hate to say it, it's 17 women to every one man. That's including the dope fiends, the incarcerated, no disrespect, the homosexuals, right? And the homeless. To every one male that has his shit together, right? It's 17 women, so it's hard as hell for us unless we are focused on what we're doing and who we're with to stay solid because so many of us aren't handling our business. And I commend you women for, for doing what y'all doing. A lot of y'all raising these kids, y'all mama and daddy, y'all doing a hell of a job. A lot of y'all working two jobs. A lot of y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all dealing with the mental stress and y'all got a son that then got 15 and y'all don't know what to do as if with my 15-year-old daughter. I'm glad my wife was there because it's shit going on. I've never been a 15-year-old female. You know what I mean? She's never been a 15-year-old male. So it's times where y'all wish y'all can pass things on, and hopefully y'all got a brother or uncle or somebody that can fill that void. But I commend y'all, and I challenge my men. Yo, man, step it up, man. Please step it up, cause it's really hurting our households.
Hey
That is
For
man,
true.
real.
he said a word right there.
No,
I
Nah,
I
mean, I
facts.
appreciate
appreciate you bring that
what
out
he said.
because
That's real.
that's
It's
real
real shit,
talk.
Wack.
Because it say in Isaiah 4:1 that in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, only to be called by thy name. They eat their own food and wear their own apparel to take away their approach. So I mean, it's kind of prophetic what you just mentioned. That
Amen.
that day will come, man. It just is what it is, y'all.
It
And that's
is,
why I think
bro. It's
that
what it
Preach
I
it,
is.
y'all.
think let me land the plane. I ain't gonna be long, I promise. I think that's the main reason we even have rooms like this. Why do men lie? This ain't got nothing to lie about if she fat or her hair look good or not. They ain't talking about lying because he trying to get some more nookie. That's just it. If you take the elephant out the room, this ain't even a conversation.
Right.
Just be upfront about it. That's all.
I believe in what he said. I mean, it's easy for men to hide, and also, like I said, women believe that they can change a man. What I always believe,
Hey, listen,
a
it's
woman
accepted.
does.
Hey,
A,
hold up, my brother. Let me say one thing. This is Dante, right? So I think when you get to the level of where the African brother and where Wack is at, integrity is a motherfucking must. But when you're dating a woman, and you're not obligated through that ring or through that covenant before God, hey, just keep it G with the woman. Let that woman know straight up what it is. and you won't have no woman talking crazy and reckless about you if you just, hey, either she gonna get down with you or she not. If you have your shit together, I don't know too many women running away from a man that got that bag and got his shit all the way tight. And I don't want to say this to be disrespectful of the sisters, but I don't know too many women going to run away from a man, like I say, that has his shit tight, and won't accept certain things from a man. And I think when you lead with integrity and you be straight with that sister, 9 times out of 10, it won't be no fuck nigga, you're a bitch ass nigga, all those titles that women want to say when you play the game with them. And I'm just speaking from experience. When I started to be straight with a woman and tell her that yeah, I went out with another woman, I'm dating other women, they tend to fall in line with that, or they can, erase some of the sisters if they so choose to. But if you lead with integrity, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win. And that's me. I'm gonna land right there.
Dante, I understand that.
Nah, Dante speaking real shit,
Listen,
'cause females
yes,
do the same thing. It goes both ways. It ain't just about the men. If a woman be integrity and say what she will accept and what she won't accept, it's the truth of what he's saying. It's very true when you're dating.
Hey, I always tell the truth, right? I done told y'all women the truth with me. I done played women and had women in every motherfucking way there is to have it. I done played the game at the highest level that you can play it, right? And so when men come to talking on the stage with me, I gotta first check out your resume. What qualifies you? Because all these guys on the app, they talk this relationship and black men speak. It's a bunch of fucking sucker shit. And I know a lot of the brothers and my brother King Los, on that other time with the Grand Rise and stuff, in my opinion, I've always said it, and this ain't no disrespect to nobody in here that's with that. If you living in your how can y'all say it, the masculinity and all that shit, if you keep it 1,000, then it's no different than a guy like me that's been a player talking the shit. My opinion, the guys that spitting that other shit, they just trying to run game, and it just sound good to a woman, and that's just what it is. So for me, I just chose a different route, and it's working for me. And I'm not telling nobody that's still in the streets playing the game with, having to lie and weaponize whatever. I lead with integrity, and let me tell you, that shit is working for me. Women don't play games with me. They can't be mad. A fair exchange ain't no fucking robbery, as my grandfather would always tell me. And like I said, I would tell most men, if you are in the game and you actually playing with it, man, just tell them motherfuckers the truth. And at the end of the day, for every one that don't want, there's one that will. And I'm gonna land right there.
So
Um, I
Dante, hold on, Dante, real quick, Cap. So Dante, this is Jermaine talking, bro. I'm up top. So help me understand. Am I thinking you saying that because you well off, that it gives you the ability to not have to lie?
No, money ain't never made me feel that way. I just when I started to just reassess my game, and I had a daughter, right? I always tell people this when they come asking me this shit. When I had that little girl, I started to reassess my movements on how I wanted to operate with women because I didn't want her to have to pay for the shit that I was doing. And so at that point, you know, it just kind of it made me look at it differently. I'm not saying I'm the best man, because I still, I date and I go out with women. But if a woman asks me about another fucking woman, I'm letting her know right off the rip, yeah, I did. So what we talking about? I ain't asking you about. That's why I don't get involved in the numbers thing. Now people be talking how some of the brothers, yeah, man, I want to know who you this and that with. Listen, baby, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not gonna sound like some of these other guys to tell you what you want to hear. I don't want to ask you shit that I don't really want you to ask me because at the end of the day, you can't outfuck me. And I'm being honest with you. I've been doing this shit for a whole long time,
Golly, Dante.
and I'm just keeping it 1,000. I'm
So
a real
Dante,
dude,
so all right, so
and it
so
ain't got nothing
David,
to do with no money.
so brother Dante, so
Yes, sir.
I hear you saying they got no money, but eh, what I hear you say is, so you saying a broke man ain't got no money has the ability to do the same thing you're doing and
Let
say
me,
that, and
let,
talk slick to these chicks the same way? You telling me that?
I don't think, but see, okay. So
ab-
let me ask the women this: Is what
absolutely.
I
He
is
didn't
what I
say slick. He said talk with integrity. And I totally understand what he is saying in a sense because women and men are both dating in a sense. And some women have multiple men while they're dating a man too. And
Yeah.
that's basically what he's saying, that we have to
No,
talk with
no, goddess,
integrity.
goddess.
And if
I
we
understand. I understand what the brother's
if
saying.
we
I'm from
I'm just
Jersey,
speaking
right?
on
Hold on,
from
hold
a
on, hold on, hold
woman's
on. 1 second.
perspective
One
of
second.
what
One
he
second.
was.
I just want to address something. I want to address something. I'm from Jersey, so when we say talk slick, it's not a derogatory statement. That's all I want to say.
Hey, so
wasn't
what I
saying
mean
I
by
wasn't saying slick. I was just clearing it up from a woman's perspective because I totally understand what he's saying. And as a woman, I can understand totally what he's saying because I can respect him telling me more the truth than him telling me a lie. And it's my choice if I do want to deal with him. And it's my choice if I don't. That's basically what he's saying. He didn't say that you have to. Some women enjoy being with multiple men, with a man that has multiple women. Some women don't want that. So I understand what he's saying, and that's just all what men need to do. If you speak with integrity, period, that comes with being honest, because with integrity, you're going to be honest with yourself. That's basically what he was saying, and I agree with what he's saying totally.
I understand
And
you.
Hey
I
Uh,
guys,
uh,
understand you,
this is
goddess.
Ray.
hey,
I
that, I
understand
mean,
you totally.
hey,
you
sir,
got
can I
to
say
Hey,
be.
one thing, sir,
Integrity
to you?
comes with not being afraid too,
Yeah, yeah, can
not
I
being
say one
afraid
thing
of
to
who.
you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Look,
Come on.
Hold on, somebody come.
go
I
ahead, Dante.
apologize. So let me say this to you. Does my money make me a little bit more edgier and a little bit more confident that I know for a fact that that woman ain't gonna walk away from me? I'm gonna tell you the truth, sir. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it does. But the heart of me, I just, I'm not moved by a woman's pussy no more. See, a lot of men